Because two women had a fight, but they taking it out on all of us. All of us need our millions, and it's not right. People got kids. Anything goes.
Yeah. How long were you waiting in line?
I've been waiting for hours. You feel me? And we want our millions.
That's how you do it, Mommy G. With Tony P is on the bill. That's how you do it. Oh yeah. It's Trinidad. They uptown. And it's a whole lot of pressure.
I decided I wanted to be great. I didn't know what it was I do, but I decided that I wanted people to look at me like I was on show, the same way they looked at Ali. Don't get me wrong, I didn't get out of Spofford and do a 360. I was still a sewer rat. My situation at home was deteriorating. After all those arrests and special schools and medications, my mother had no hope for me at all. But she had never had any hope for me going back to my infancy. I just know that one of those medical people, some racist asshole, some guy who said that I was effed up and developmentally retarded, stole my mother's hope for me right then and there. And they stole any love or security I might have had. Damn. I'm sorry that he feels that way. Back then, unfortunately, there wasn't a lot that they could do with children who were, in his words, antisocial. You know, children that didn't assimilate into the norms, you know. And I believe that he became rageful. He had a lot of misplaced anger because he doesn't understand what's happening to him. You think that if she let me sleep in her bed until I was 15, she would have liked me. But she was drunk all the time. Yeah, that poor baby. Since I was now in the correctional system, the authorities decided to send me to group homes to get straightened out. They would take a bunch of kids who were down, abused, bad, psycho kids, and throw them together in some home where the government paid people to take us in. The whole thing was a hustle. I would never last more than 2 days. I'd always run away. I was released from the juvie facility on Staten Island at the beginning of 1978, and I went back to Brownsville. I kept hearing that a lot of my friends were getting killed over ridiculous things like jury or a couple of $100. I was getting a little worried, but I never stopped robbing and stealing. I watched the guys I looked up to, the older guys. I watched them rise, but I saw their bumps in the road too. I watched them get beat mercilessly because they were always hustling people. But still, they never stopped. It was in their blood. It's just, to me, a whole lot of mental dysfunction genetically going on. If you got a mom who is not there, like remember when the IRS was fucking around with them people's checks down there in Texas? And the lady was talking about her munions.
Hello, I'm at the IRS, and then they talking about they taking us to jail if we don't leave because two women had a fight, but they taking it out on all of us. All of us need our millions, and it's not right. People got kids. Anything goes.
Yeah. How long were you waiting in line?
I've been waiting for hours. You feel me? And we want our millions. I ain't going nowhere bad for my return. I need my money. Real time. And this ain't right what they doing. And that's going to be a bad disrespect. They better know it today at the IRS. Yeah. I need all mines. All 7,000 of mines, baby. All of it. All of it. I ain't doing no plan. This is the second month I came out here. And I'm not been playing with the IRS. I'm not go to jail.
She should have never had children because that 15-year-old mentality or 13-year-old mentality is going to be passed down for generations. A few months before I turned 13, I got arrested again for possession of stolen property. They had exhausted all the places in the New York City vicinity to keep me. I don't know what kind of scientific diagnostic test they used, but they decided to send me to the Tryon School for Boys, an upstate New York City facility for juvenile offenders, about an hour northwest of Albany. My mother was happy that I was going upstate. But then a lot of grown men had started coming in the house looking for me. Child, ooh. Man, when you live in that street life, you so reckless in your mind. You're not even understanding how you putting your children or your family in danger. Because he robbing and stealing, right? But the people who he robbing and stealing know where he live, where his mama live, where his brother and sisters live. So Ninja, if I can't get you, I'm going to get to your family. So them people who he was robbing went to the mama house looking for that little nigga. Could you imagine how upset that mother would be? You know she already an alcoholic. She already got bad nerves. Shit. And his brother and sister didn't deserve it. But his needs are not being addressed properly. Y'all, this is a good book. We're not getting a lot of views so far, but I'm into this. The fact that they were sending me up to the state reformatory was not cool. I was with the big boys now. I was going to one of my classes one day when this guy walked by me in the hall. He was acting all tough, like he was a killer. And when he passed by, he saw that I was holding my hat in my hand. So he started pulling on it and kept walking. I didn't know him, but he disrespected me. Shit. I'm confused because I would think that he would want to be your special friend. Blink, if you know what I'm saying. I mean, you pulling on my hat. You want me to meet you later? Now, I ain't saying that the Mike Tyson is apropos to the dinglings. What I'm saying is I wouldn't take it as disrespectful. I would take it as, what you doing? You want to be my special friend or something? But, I don't live that life. I sat in the class for the next whole 45 minutes thinking about how I was going to murk this guy for tugging on my hat. When the class was over, I walked out and saw him and his friends at the door. That's your man, Mike, I thought. I walked up to him and he had his hands in his pockets looking at me as if he had no worries in the world. Like I forgot that he had pulled on my hat 45 minutes ago. So I attacked him rather ferociously. Oh, that damn Mike Tyson is a mad dog. They handcuffed me and sent me to Elmwood, which was a lockdown cottage for the incorrigible kids. Elmwood was creepy. They had big, tough-ass, redneck staff members over there. Every time you saw somebody from there, they were walking in handcuffs with two people escorting them. So while he's there, he meets a guy named Mr. Stewart. Mr. Stewart is one of the counselors. Bobby Stewart was a tough Irish guy around 170 pounds who had been a professional boxer. He was a national amateur champ. When I was in the hole, staff members told me there was an ex-boxing champ teaching kids how to box. The staff members that told me about him was very nice to me, and I wanted to meet him because I thought he'd be nice too. I was in my room one night when there was a loud, intimidating knock on the door. I opened the door and it was Mr. Stewart. "Hey, asshole, I heard you want to talk to me," he growled. "I want to be a fighter," I said. "So do the rest of the guys, but they don't have the balls to work to be a fighter," he said. "Maybe if you straighten up your act and stop being such an asshole and show some respect around here, I'll work with you." So I really started to apply myself. After a few months of workouts, I called my mother and put Bobby on the phone with her. Tell her, I said. I wanted him to tell her how good I was doing. I just wanted her to know I could do something. I figured she might believe me if a white person was telling her. But she just told him that she had trouble believing that I had changed. She just thought I was incorrigible. Shortly after that, Bobby came to me with an idea. I want to bring you to see this legendary boxing trainer, Cus D'Amato. He can take you to the next level. What the heck is going on here, I asked. I didn't trust anybody but Bobby Stewart at this particular time. Now he was going to transfer me over to another person. I get it. Like when I was a probation officer and I would have guys, and me and these guys would create a rapport, and they were doing so well with me. When I tell you, I would say, listen, you're at a level now where you're doing very well. You need to be with a different type of agent. I only deal with like super, violent, ridiculous offenders, and you're not that anymore. You got a job. You're well. You're fine, because you deserve to not have to check in with me twice a week. Call me, bring me pay stubs, do urines twice a week. You deserve better than that, because you've proven yourself. And when I tell you, these dudes will ball. No, Miss Robinson, please, Miss Robinson. And it was because they were afraid of what was different. I had to tell them, I trust you. Why you don't trust you? I trust that when you get to the next level, you're going to be successful. Why don't you trust you? If I didn't trust you, I wouldn't send you to the next level. I'd be like, no, keep this dumb mother hunchy here. But I trust you. Back home, we had this place called House of Champions. It was like right around the corner from where I lived at. It was right off of Georgia Avenue. It closed down, sadly, but it did create a lot of fighters. They went to go meet the dude, Cus. Bobby and Tyson got in the ring, and Cus was impressed by him. Cus was like, all right, that's enough. Tyson was like, no, wait, I can do good, because he automatically thought that the dude Cus wasn't feeling him. That wasn't the case. What Tyson showed him was enough for him to want to work with him. You look splendid, he said. You're a great fighter. It was compliment after compliment. If you listen to me, I can make you the youngest heavyweight champion of all time. How could he know that shiz? I started going out to Cus's house every weekend to work out. I'd work with Teddy in the gym, and then I'd stay over at Cus's house. There were a few other fighters living there with Cus and his companion, a sweet Ukrainian lady named Camille Ewald. When I first got to the house, I would steal money from Teddy's wallet. Damn. It's just, he probably just couldn't get the nigga shit out of him. I had to get money for weed. I would hear Teddy tell Cus, it has to be him. It's not him, Cus said. I was excited about the boxing, but I became certain that boxing was what I wanted to do with my life after I watched the first Leonard Duran fight on TV at Cus's house one weekend. The first thing Cus talked about was fear and how to overcome it. Fear is the greatest obstacle to learning, but fear is your best friend. Fear is like fire. If you learn to control it, you let it work for you. If you don't learn to control it, it'll destroy you and everything around you. Like a snowball on a hill. You can pick it up and throw it or do anything you want with it before it starts rolling down. But once it rolls down and gets so big, it'll crush you to death. So one must never allow fear to develop and build up without having control over it, because if you don't, you won't be able to achieve your objective or save your life. God damn. That's the realest shit I ever heard, motherfucker. Cus was a strong believer that in your mind, you had to be the entity that you wanted to be. If you wanted to be heavyweight champion of the world, you had to start living the life of a heavyweight champion. I was only 14, but I was a true believer in Cus's philosophy. Ma, I want to go up there and train. I want to be a fighter. I can be the best fighter in the world. Cus had my mind so effed up. That's all he talked to me about, how great I could become, how to improve myself day by day in every way. All that self-help shiz. My mom felt bad about leaving, but she signed the permission papers. Maybe she thought she'd failed as a mother. So I moved in with Cus and Camille and the other fighters in the house. Cus was a general, and I was his soldier, and we were ready to go to war.